Hello, back out again. It's nice and sunny today. Out with just me, son's at college, taking the dog for a walk. Ditchling Beacon. Catch you in a minute. Yeah, Ditchling Beacon. Thought we'd have a little wander out. I like Ditchling Beacon because if you go towards Lewes, which you can walk to Lewes, it divides itself up into mile stretches. So if I ever want to do like a distance thing, I'll do like 6 miles, then you have a break. So it's very easy to work out how you're doing and that kind of thing. So it's really just to take the dog out. I'll show you the doggy if it comes back, and she's gone. Mary. Well, anyway, while we're here, Ditchling Beacon's that way. That's south to Brighton. Oh, there she is. There's the dog. That's going towards Lewes. And down there is the Weald, which I might talk about. Right, for miles and miles and miles. It's such a wonderful view. So anyway, just out for a little walk. I don't know how much I'll do. Having a bit of ramble today. Lots of cyclists, few walkers. Yeah, nice and quiet. It's a bit windy up here. So when it gets windy, it gets a little bit chilly, hence the jacket. And then when the wind goes, it gets really hot. Anyway, so yeah, might just talk a little bit about the Weald. Can't say I've been up to tons because, oh yeah, I'm off for Easter and I went to Arundel. That was really nice. I had a medieval festival. Well worth a recommendation. I didn't film it, there was loads of people. So either way, I'll catch you in a minute. Dog, stop sniffing cow food. There's some cows further down, they're a little bit away, so I will put on the lid when we get towards them. I think she's very good with cows. Anyway, we're actually walking along the top. I'll spin you round. Now, hopefully you can see it. Right across there for miles and miles and miles. I don't know, about 30 miles deep, 120 miles wide is what is known as the Weald. There's a high Weald, low Weald. And it's basically, I've said this before, sorry if you've seen that video in the past, but it was our, the South's Amazon forest. And for a very long time, it was pristine forest for miles as far as you could see. Even during Roman times, from what I gather, it was mostly forest and impenetrable. So even the Romans went round up Chichester way, going up to London, and then Kent was occupied. But that forest, it was just dense. So what happened? We cut it all down, a bit like they're doing in Brazil at the moment. Yeah, what happened to it? Well, bit by bit, as most of the country was covered, in England was covered, and Scotland, probably Wales, was covered in forests. Bit by bit, we were chopping bits down, but this was so impenetrable. The ground wasn't very good for farming back then, using old farming methods, so it wasn't much use to anyone. So it's pretty much left until they found that they could smelt iron in there, and there was all the woods. The wood being a forest and stuff, and could smelt iron. So there was a little iron industry started growing up all over the place. And so they started to chisel away, bit by bit. I don't know how well you can see it. They started to chisel away at it. And then of course, along comes the British Navy, specifically Henry VIII. But even before then, they wanted tons of wood. So that sort of doomed it even more. So what you see now is a patchwork of fields with, you occasionally get trees in between. There's very few ancient woods. There's not really forest anymore. Very few, but there are some. And then you've got the North Downs, I believe, right further up there. So it's still beautiful, but the forest is gone. It's fielded now, modern more modern technology allowed them to farm a lot easier. The ground's not that great apparently. So you don't see, if you look at it, you don't see loads of root crops like wheat and stuff. I mean, there is some, but it's more like sheep, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the sort of story. And now there's hardly anything left. I think we've got the lowest forest count in Europe. Wait, stop eating that, you naughty dog. Don't want to be sick. So yeah, we've got the lowest forest count in Europe. It's really sad. And hopefully, you know, there might be efforts to replant some. And I know we need food for farms as well, so it's a balance. But far too much forest and ancient woodland is gone. And I won't mention Toby Carberry's chopping down 500-year-old oak trees. Lovely company. Haha, no, that was terrible. Really awful. You might have heard that in the news recently. Anyway, I'll turn it round. That's a long ramble. I just thought I'd tell you about the Weald. I'm pushing on. I might have some lunch, that kind of thing. Just carrying on walking the dog. So I'll probably catch you in a bit. A bit further on, probably a couple of miles. Yeah, it's really pleasant. Wind, but it's not biting cold. It's nice and warm. Lots of, you know, walkers, cyclists, but not, I say lots, not too busy. It's a Tuesday. Easter's finished. I think all the kids gone back. So it's very pleasant. I'll spin you around because it's got some amazing views. So straight there, hopefully you can see it. That is the Weald. Straight down there is Plumpton Agricultural College. I believe behind it, further up, is a racecourse. I've done a walk down there before. It was really nice, set coming up the hill with all the kids. They weren't happy. That's back towards Ditchling Beacon. Can't see much there, but it goes down actually over there to Brighton, and then down there, ooh, A27. And straight on here, if you kept going, it'd get you to Lewis. In fact, the battlefield, oh, now I can't remember it, but anyway, there's where the battlefield was is straight down here. In 1264, I'm probably messing up all my facts, at the Barons' Revolt. Anyway, yeah, so lovely. Spin you back. Yeah, so nice and quiet. Dog is being well behaved. You might notice, if you've watched the other videos, I've only got one. Reason being, when I bring the two out on my own, they just bash each other to bits. They're a nightmare, they run off. Whereas the little one, I say she's well behaved, but she's back there. She'll catch up. She don't go off, she don't go running off. They're not got the greatest recall, but I can let her off. I put her on the lead when we're around some cows. Bigger one, less recall, but she's still a lot better on her own. Anyway, that's probably all my ramblings. You probably think, why do you make the video? It's just to sort of take you out on a little walk with me. Plans, yeah, I'm going to be doing, I say lots more videoing. Yeah, I've got ideas, places we'll go, some really nice walks coming up. So I will be doing more of the same. I like it. My kids might want to watch it one day, and if anyone else does, great. All right, so I may catch you back at the car. Also, I'll do what I did last time. If I get any photos, well, I'll take tons of photos. Might stick a couple on. So unless something happens, I'll catch you back at the car. strange weather, but then it's always like that up on the beacon, unless it's boiling hot. As soon as it gets, if it's at all windy, up on the beacon, it's loads windier. So like now I'm baking hot in the car, taking my jacket off, but when you're walking along up there, one bit, it blew a gale. So you have to take, if anyone's going up to Beacon on even, well, if it's a baking hot summer day, don't worry. But whatever the wind is down in Brighton or Haywards, wherever, double it for being up on the beacon because you're so high up. So yeah, I always make sure I bring a coat. You just never know. And also it can turn really quickly. Anyway, just a bit of advice. Car park you have to pay for. So what did I think? It was nice, lovely. The dog was well behaved, so take one on their own, they're okay. My verdict is, yeah, lovely. Out of 10, I'm going to give it an 8 because it is a great walk. But the only reason I wouldn't go for a 10 is, I'm not saying it's samey, but I have done it so many times that there's not much that's new. But it's still lovely and it's great, you know, for your vibes, mental health, all that kind of thing. Anyway, I'll stop rambling and I'll say goodbye and see you on the next one. Bye.